What? This is my question to you. Right. Was he abusive before you opened up your legs to him? Oh my God.
Come on now, brother.
I didn't know a man, and so as a result, I was looking for love, and so I had this child. You know what I hear? Excuses.
Majority of women will not leave a place where she feels safe. She will not leave a place where she feels loved. Men.
That's not true. There's women out here that will leave just cause.
You're not an idiot. You're not dumb. Most women know who the dude is that they got with and who they chased before they got with him and opened up their legs to him.
If you're in a relationship with a man, you're pregnant, or if you have children by this man, and this man is not being a man in your life, leave him.
Should men be open to dating women with children?
He know better. He know this about to go so bad.
No. Can I be truthful?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I be truthful, please, brother?
This round you can't be there. Last round it was a little rough.
Okay. I don't believe, personally, that we should put our women in boxes. If a woman has a child or doesn't have a child, a good woman is a good woman. My wife had a child prior to me. And I love this child loves me, but the child also knows that I'm not her father, but I play a role as a father figure in her life. She's probably watching right now, and if you're watching right now, baby girl, I love you and I'm thankful for you. When a man is able to lead, guide, and protect, when a man's able to walk with the attributes of the Most High God, it doesn't matter if the woman is single or not, because if a man can lead, he can lead. It doesn't matter if the woman has 3 children, 2 children, 1 child, no child. If the man can lead, he can lead. I believe, my opinion in my heart, that when a man is truly invested into God and into bettering himself, God's going to send him an aid, regardless if the aid has a child or no child. I don't think we should keep telling women, oh, your value is lowered because you have children. That makes no sense. Now, brothers, I believe that if you're unable to even deal with your own personal emotions, I think you should stay alone and by yourself, or get with a woman that has nothing else going on. Y'all can probably grow together. But when you're coming into a woman's life that has a child, you have to be able to lead. You have to be able to father. You have to be able.
Wait, what did he say to make that face?
But when you're coming into a woman's life that has a child, you have to be able to lead. You have to be able to father. You have to be able to teach, and you have to be able to love unconditionally. Because I love my wife's child as if she's my own flesh and blood. So I don't believe, personally, that we should put a woman in the box because a man might overlook a divine asset sent to him by God just because she has a child. I don't agree to that. And that's like me telling a woman, overlook this man because he has children. No, I believe an asset is an asset. A woman that has a child isn't a liability. And if she's coming into your life to help you maneuver into becoming your greatest version, because a woman can help a man become greater emotionally and mentally, she adds on to the man. And if the child is there, this man, especially if he doesn't have children, he can learn how to father through this. So ladies, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Men, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Some of you, or some of us, me included, weren't taught how to properly wait until marriage to have children. So I'm speaking to the brothers that's trying to figure it out by themselves. I'm speaking to the women that's trying to figure out by themselves. Love yourself. And never lower your value, regardless if you had children or not. Excuse me.
There you have it.
We 100% disagree on this one.
So, yo, before Anton gets into what he believes and how he thinks, comment below right now in the comments. Should men date single mothers? Comment below right now. I want to see it in the comments. before you hear what these guys have to say, comment your comment right now. And also hit the subscribe button. I know a lot of y'all be viewing my videos and the algorithm gives you my videos or whatever, but please hit that subscribe button. I'm at least trying to get monetized and hit 6,000 subscribers. So please help me out with that. I really appreciate y'all.
The previous two, we had some overlap and we had some agreements. This one,
Right.
we don't. I like to get to the core root of the problem. And I think that what we do as a culture and as a society is we enable bad behavior by saying that it's okay. And it's not. It's not. The person that you have children with, the person that you have sex with, that's your husband, that's your wife. Before any of these Western modern laws that then incentivize people to get married, the person that you opened up your legs to was your husband. And so we have too many broken homes, and we're trying to puzzle this thing and Tetris it together to justify that it makes sense. Now, is there circumstances, because I'm never going to speak on somebody else's situation. I speak in general. I don't know him. I would never speak on his children or his wife. That has nothing to do with me. So I have the utmost respect for him and his family.
Thank you.
So I'm just speaking in general, all right? So I want to make sure that I preface that because I don't want there to be any attacks, right?
Understood.
But my point is that we need to get back to the core and the root, because if you removed the safety net, people would be more accountable for the things that they did and who they opened up their legs to. Right now, more than ever, there's a pandemic, an epidemic of women celebrating women having children out of wedlock. And we know that statistically speaking, that is a bad situation. You are more likely to end up in jail.
I did see like some type of trend on TikTok where women were saying, have a kid, you don't need the daddy type of trend. I don't know. It was like a weird trend where like women are really having kids by men with no intentions on being with the guy. Like, it's not even on some like, I'm a single mom, you know, you're a single mom, let's create a community. No, there's like women out here searching to be a single mother. Like, it's actually weird. Like, they have no type of desire for the man to even be around or stay around. It's just, yo, give me a seed and that's all I need from you.
Likely to join a gang. You're more likely to need therapy. You're less likely to be successful when it comes to future relationships. You're less likely to become a millionaire and earn as much. You're more likely to have debt as a result of student loan debt and things and so on and so forth. And so if we gonna solve for this problem as a culture, we have to remove the incentives for people to think that it's okay to have families outside of the covenant that God has ordained for us to have. Now, do circumstances happen? Absolutely. But it absolutely does not. That is not the majority. Most people are intentional. And let me address something else that he said. By the time that we are able to bust one, we know what's right and wrong. You know that you should not be having children out of wedlock.
So you're saying that by 10 and 12 years old, you know that you shouldn't be having children at wedlock. And somebody may be saying like, well, 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds shouldn't be doing that. Okay. But you also have 13 to 17-year-olds that they don't know nothing about wedlock and all this other stuff. Like, I argue from 18 to 21. Then, like, I mean, parents should do their job. Don't get me wrong, but things happen. So I think that statement was definitely false.
To discover at a very basic level, we know better. And that's why I can speak to men when I say the majority of men, especially black men, do not have children out of wedlock. That is a small minority of men that is populating the majority of these women, and we don't really want to hold them accountable because we know that women are the biggest consumers. And so again, I'm not here to make people feel good. I'm here to tell them the truth. No, I do not think that a man needs to practice becoming a father to a child that's not his and trying to figure it out to negotiate and work with another man that wants to probably at some point participate in this child's life, because it is a zero-sum game. And I know so many people that regret the day that they ever decided to get into a relationship with a woman that then ultimately should have went back to her child's father. Go back to your child's father and work it out. Because that's the person that you created the covenant with. That's the person that you married according to God's law. Go fix it. That's what you need to do.
Now, what if a woman is saying that this man is just absolutely egregious? That's just somebody I was. It's not even something that I can repair, go back to.
It's not about
how
you.
How do you give that woman
It's not about
advice?
her. It's about the child. Everything that you do at that point to bring somebody into this world that didn't ask to be here is what's best for the child.
That's right.
You remove yourself. You got to put down with self and up with God. What is in the best interest of that child? Is it in the best interest of that child for you to be raising that child in a 2-parent household with the father? And if so, why didn't you think about that before you opened up your legs to him? Because we got over 100 different forms of contraception.
So what if you have 2 toxic parents in your house raising you? Are you telling me you're better off because you have 2 of them instead of having one healthy parent that chose peace instead of staying in a toxic situation, setting a bad example for you? Like, are you saying that that's better? Like because they have 2 parents? Like, is that what you're saying?
It's not about how you feel. It's about the child. I do the thing that's in the best interest of my child, not me. I put myself last. But I also understand that the things that I do in my greatness, she's the beneficiary of it. And I would never, ever, under any circumstance, let another man raise my child.
And that's beautiful. What he's saying is beautiful. And he's coming from a place of being raised by mother and father. But you have so many women that never seen their father. They've never known that a woman should get married before they have children.
They did know.
Hold on, bro. Let me speak. Because majority of young girls they're starting to lose their virginities at very young ages as children, looking to replace that feeling of not having a father. They just want to feel some form of masculine love. So if this child made a mistake at 15 or made a mistake at 16 by sleeping with the wrong man that promised her the world, oh baby, I love you. Oh baby, I'm thankful for you. Oh baby, I'll never leave you. And she got into this woman's head because, like you said, fathers should know and teach their daughters right for wrong. You do agree, correct? Mm-hmm. So if the father isn't there and she's running behind a masculine energy and this man is saying, I love you, I'll never leave you, I'll never cheat on you, and she falls in love with this man now saying, I want your body. If you love me, let me get your body. She doesn't know right for wrong because she didn't see no man growing up. Now she gives this man the body. Mm-hmm. Now a child is born. That means that this man right here that doesn't have any children should not get with her?
Absolutely not.
Come on, brother.
Absolutely not.
Come on, brother.
100%.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
Listen, at a very early age, I was never going to not have a child, or I was never going to have a child out of wedlock. It's just the facts.
So you saying that a young teenage vulnerable girl with no dad in her life gets pregnant, doesn't deserve to ever find her husband because she had a child at a young age by somebody that manipulated her while she was young, and you're still standing on no man should be with her because she's a single mom? Like, that's where he just he loses it. Like, now he's going on the deep end. Anton, I'm talking about. He's on the deep end as far as just not making any sense. Like, because anybody could see that. Like, how does that little girl, or how does that girl that was manipulated as a child not all of a sudden not deserve to ever have a husband? I don't see how that doesn't make sense. And to my fellas that's out there like, yeah, bro, but still, like, I'm not dating. Is that what you would tell your daughter? Would you tell your daughter, hey, I'm sorry, you got to figure it out? You got pregnant by him, you got to go figure it out. Would you tell him that? Would you tell her that? Oh, I'm sorry, baby girl. I know you had a child early, but no man's going to want you now. Would you tell her that? Because that's the reality. That's what this man is preaching. That's what this man is telling his congregation, talking about Anton. There's people that listen to him and follow verbatim what he's saying. As an influencer, especially his type of male audience, a lot of dudes that don't have daddies is listening to every word he's saying and taking it on face value and not thinking about context. I said the same thing in my videos, and y'all say, oh, I'm a simp and, you know, I'm not educated enough and all this other shit. But I'm like, how is that fair? I said the same thing in my videos, and y'all say, oh, I'm a simp and, you know, I'm not educated enough and all this other shit. But I'm like, how is that fair? You automatically look at a single mom and just say, nah, I'm not doing that. If we're saying that kids that grow up with a single mother have the least chance of being successful in life, but we're also saying that men shouldn't be with single moms. So in other words, if your mom and your dad don't work out, I'm sorry, buddy, but that's the end. There is not going to be a father figure for you. Why aren't you preaching that men should be able to step up where another man couldn't? These kids that have single mothers, hey man, don't expect to have a dad, because you're preaching that men should not be dating single mothers.
Never going to co-parent. I was never going to have another man in my child's life.
And that's beautiful.
And this is the sentiment of most men, especially black men. This is a norm within our culture. Go and look it up. It's data. It's statistics. This is not my opinion. This is a fact.
What is a fact?
And again, I'm going to go back to the core of what I said in the very first conversation. You can solve for 99% of all men that are doing the wrong thing, and 1% of men can populate the majority of the earth with women that choose to be with this one man. At some point, every single person, including women, have to be accountable for the thing that they did and open up their legs to. And we also know that women are the ones that initiate the majority of the divorces. So they're walking away from their households and becoming single parents by choice. This isn't something that they're being forced to. So when because he's a great salesman, I got to give you that.
Come on, brother.
No, you're phenomenal.
Come on, brother.
You do the whole crying thing.
Come on,
oh my
brother.
God.
Come on, bro.
You're
You're showing sassiness right now. Come on, brother.
No. This is what
Come
you
on,
said.
we men now, brother.
No, listen.
Come on, we men
oh
now.
Oh my God.
Come on now, brother.
I didn't know a man, and so as a result, I was looking for love, and so I had this child. You know what I hear? Excuses. Excuses.
Let me add on something real quick, right?
You're a great salesman.
This man right here.
I see why you got a great product.
This man, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. This man right here. I don't want to attack Antoine. Let me say
can't.
this. No, hold on.
My life is perfect.
I want to make sure my words is accurate. Let me not try to attack Antoine. Let me say it like that.
Anybody that claims their life is perfect, you need to be careful listening to them. Okay? Anybody with this much pride and ego, you need to be careful when you listen to them. He seems like he has been hurt, and that's why his rhetoric is how it is. I don't know if y'all peeped that, but like the passion that he's speaking on against women is a little wild. Like, it's a little wild. Like, he didn't give any facts on why you just shouldn't date a single mother. And dudes is listening to these alpha male red pill dudes and really believing it. Like facts. Because a lot of y'all didn't grow up with a daddy, so y'all are raised from red pill YouTubers. So y'all call people like Yada for saying what he's saying right now simps. Now, I don't agree with everything Yada say. Don't get me wrong. But right now on this topic, I'm with him. Because Anton is bugging right now.
It's toxic.
And yes, he's acting sassy.
To teach a woman to stay in a home where there's no form of love or safety or security, because that teaches the woman, the young child, it teaches the young girl that she should grow up and stay in a relationship with a man that's abusive, that attacks her mentally and physically, emotionally. We have to understand the majority of women will not leave a place where she feels safe. She will not leave a place where she feels loved. Men.
That's not true. There's women out here that will leave just cause. There's women that cheat. Like, you know what I mean? There's women, like, I've seen it in my life. Like, there's women that will cheat on a man that is providing everything that they want. So I'm not about to sit here and just say all women are scotch-free and women don't do no bad, women don't do no wrong. Women leave because they want to leave sometime. The issue with what both of these brothers is saying, they're acting like they know everything. They're acting like everything is so black and white. Women won't leave a situation if they feel safe. Yes, they will. There's still women out there that will leave. Anton, if she's a single mother, then she needs to work it out with the baby daddy. All situations is not the same. What if the baby daddy don't want to work it out? Like, what are y'all talking about?
Keep screaming that women are leaving men or divorcing men in high numbers because these women are no longer happy. They no longer feel safe. They're not being financially provided for. Mm-hmm. They're taking care of grown men. Mm-hmm. And I know brothers, right, that are amazing fathers, amazing fathers, and raising their bonus children. These bonus children aren't curses. They're blessings. And any man that's able to lead another child that's not biologically his, I salute you. Because the average man will not understand that. Again, Antoine was raised in a home with 2 parents, which is beautiful. Like I can't.
And he's saying that like that's a knock on me.
Hold on. No, I'm saying it's beautiful.
Hey, he
it's
keep
beautiful.
mentioning it like that's something that. That's what you're supposed.
Why are you so defensive, bro? Relax, my nigga. He's making a point.
Brother. No, it's beautiful that he was raised in a home with 2 parents, but a lot of people didn't have the privilege of seeing that. So they're making mistakes, brother. They're making mistakes. She fell in love with the wrong. She fell in love with the wrong man. Whatever happened. But ladies, do not allow this man up here to make you feel like you're not deserving of a man. Or man, if you're in a relationship with a woman that has children, do your thing. I salute you. It takes a real man to be able to step up and be a father when no one else is.
No, it's not about doing your thing. It's about going back to the thing that you committed to in the first place. And again, they always keep saying, do your thing. I'm surprised you ain't said queen at some point.
Queen?
Do your thing, queen. Do your thing, queen.
Let me ask you this question.
At some point, you need to hold your parents accountable, right?
What?
Because again, we keep hanging this on the hats of men instead of hanging it on the hats of the people that came before you and put you in this position in the first place.
I agree.
So let's remove this whole thing that is on men. It's not. It's not on all men. That's bullcrap.
What's not on all men?
It's not on this whole narrative of what we see in the culture. This is not a black man thing.
You know what Anton is doing right now? Because he's losing in this debate, he's running to something that like he can't lose in. He's running to something that's like, yeah, it's facts, but that has nothing to do with this argument. That has nothing to do with this back and forth. That has nothing to do with the question. This is not on black men. Who said this was on black men? What are you talking about?
Stop making up this narrative of an abusive household. Was he abusive? Wait. No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, let me finish. This is my question to you. Right. Was he abusive before you opened up your legs to him?
Now, can I speak? That's cool with you?
I asked you a question.
That's good. Brother, we have men that are some pro-finessers.
Facts.
They will give a woman a representation of themselves. And when they've got their hooks into the woman, they turn into something different. No woman in her right mind is going to be in a relationship with a man that's negative, Nancy, breaking her down mentally, physically, and spiritually, not providing for her financially. No, they get the hooks in her. And then when he feels like he's got her in love and all she knows is him, he turns into something different. All I'm saying to you, brother, this is what I want. No, I need you to hear this.
Bro, this is the dude that y'all are listening to right here. He might be right about some things, but he's damn sure not right on this topic. I don't know how y'all can't see that. He's sitting here saying that, okay, he started to beat on you, but all right, so wasn't he beating on you in the beginning? Yada is saying there's dudes that finesse. They hide who they truly are, and then later on, once they get you hooked and in love, they expose who they actually are. And you're giggling like, yo, what?
No, I need you to hear this.
This is what y'all listen. This is
every woman that has had a child and is not with the man aren't bad people. And every man that had a child and not with the woman is not bad people. We keep saying a man shouldn't be with a woman that has children. Why? Because she have her children, but this man has children and children aren't with them. We have to make sense of this. Why do we keep saying, man, don't be with a woman with children, but we're not saying nothing by the man that's not taking care of his children or there for his children?
I want to actually ask that question right.
That's like a Little Mermaid movie that he just made right there.
Let me ask this real quick because
how?
I want to know if you also
real
feel
life.
the way about men as well, because you got a daughter yourself. Mm-hmm. If you're giving her some instruction, would you pretty much instruct any woman, is it the same rule that women should also
question.
stay away?
I would not tell a
from
woman
men?
that don't have children to marry a man with children.
Okay.
I'm not biased on this.
Okay.
I'm consistent across the board. I don't think that it's in a. Could she possibly marry a good guy? Could a guy possibly marry a good woman that got absolutely? But I would never advise it because I would never tell somebody to do something that I wouldn't do myself. I'm consistent in that. And let me correct them for a minute.
Please.
Nobody said that they were bad people.
Okay.
That's just not your people. Everybody that's a good person is not for you.
Okay.
Everybody that's in a situationship is not supposed to be a part of your network. Every person that's doing something good or well, they don't.
Once again, he's doing it again. Stay on topic, Anton. Yeah, you're right by what you're saying, but how does this help for the argument? Are you saying that all single mothers are not for you? Are you saying, and when I say for you, I mean for a man that's not her baby daddy? Is that what you're saying right now? Because you're arguing on a point. That's right. Yeah, everybody's not for you. Most people know that. If you're some type of adult, most people know that everybody's not for you. Yes, but what does that have to do about single mothers? Are you saying that a single mother's not for you? Is that the argument? Like, let's stay on topic. Don't run away into something
don't
else.
deserve to necessarily be in your life because your journey is different. And so
Right.
I never said anybody was a bad person, but I would never advise a man to do something that I wouldn't do myself, and I would never, ever go and talk to a woman that have children
Well,
with
when you
another
say
man.
they're not
and
your
I believe,
people, what does that mean?
And what I would tell her is to go back with your child's father. And it doesn't mean that she can't have love. If you can finesse a man into doing it, then do so. But I would never advise my guys to do that.
When you
Ever.
say not your people, what does that mean?
It can mean anything. It can mean that we're not equally yoked. Maybe we don't need to do business together. Maybe we are going in two different directions. Maybe we have two different belief systems. It's a lot of different things that can identify whether or not a person is your person or your people and not.
Okay, so are you telling people they should be in relationships even though it's toxic just
No,
because of the child?
I never said that.
So when should they part ways?
I don't think that they should have got it together in the first place because you know who a
If we're
person.
already there, brother, if we're already there.
I specifically said no. I don't address if we already there.
Right.
I address.
This is what we're talking about. We're talking about adults,
I address. Literally, you have to take ownership and responsibility for
Right.
it. I don't believe that people are getting finessed like you painted the picture. I believe because that's to say that women aren't smart. Because
Fellas, can we have a one-on-one real quick, like just us real quick, like ladies, leave the room for a second. Don't we always talk about us having game? Don't we always talk about us rising up a girl? Don't we always talk about spitting our G? Know what I mean? Like, oh, you smooth with the words? Isn't that all convincing a girl to get to overall goal? Aren't we saying whatever we got to say to get her number? Aren't we saying whatever we got to say to get her in the sheets? Aren't we saying whatever we got to say just to get an experience out of her? Isn't that what dudes do? So why are you acting like the majority of men are not out here finessing women? Like that's the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have your, dudes that just say it outright. Then you have dudes that just don't finesse. They don't try to have game and run game and all. But let's not act like running game is not a very common thing in the culture. And that's how a lot of people wind up in the sheets. How do you sit here and say people are not getting finesse?
Picture. I believe, because that's to say that women aren't smart. Because how did you get so smart afterwards, but you wasn't smart enough to be able to identify that he was a POS when you got with him? That's literally telling y'all that y'all idiots. You're not an idiot. You're not dumb. Most women know who the dude is that they got with and who they chased before they got with him and opened up their legs to him. You know that. That's why they say get married. Marry before you carry. That's why they say that.
So
that's right.
Because I get you pretty much talking prevention.
Correct.
Not necessarily in the situation, but I actually want to go to the situation because right now our culture is facing this situation in large numbers, Anton. So I want to get your consult for the people now in the situation because we get your stance, not putting us there.
Hey, please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you.
Go back with your child's father.
But here's the thing, Ant. I want to get your consult for the people now in the situation, because we get your stance, not putting us there.
I told you, go back with your child's father.
But here's the thing. If we have identified as well, to Yada's point, that the brother is, at this point, not working on himself, pretty much unqualified at this point to lead and manage a family, may not even have the desire to, do you still recommend that woman put herself in that position? Or should
in what position specifically?
To be in a relationship with this type of man? Or should she go about parting ways and trying to find, just run it, be a single mom?
Listen, I took my vows serious. I don't believe in parting ways. It's death till death do us part, in sickness and in health. For richer or for poor.
Marriage.
These are single women, though, by the way.
Well, you said part ways.
Well, again, a woman who got pregnated by a man, they're not married.
That's your husband. That's your husband.
They're not married.
That's your husband. That's your husband.
These are single women, though, by the way.
Well, you said part ways.
Well, again, a woman who got pregnated by a man, they're not married.
That's your husband. That's your husband. What are we talking about? You can't take it back. Ain't no take backs. We in this. It's me and you till we die. We gonna figure it out.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
No. They asked me the question.
I never believe I'm hearing this.
We gonna figure it out. We gonna work it out. We gonna do it. We gonna make it happen. We gonna take on the world, and we gonna take over the world. It's some things that we gonna have to figure out together. But you just can't leave after you got somebody pregnant. You can't leave after you get pregnant.
Pause. Let's dissect what he just said. You can't just leave after you get somebody pregnant. Okay, so what if a dude leaves a girl after she gets somebody pregnant? After he gets somebody pregnant. What if a dude leaves a girl after he gets somebody pregnant? She's still at fault for being a single mother now? What if she got pregnant by somebody when she was a little girl or when she was a teenager and she was naive? That's her husband now? What if she was getting beat up in the corner? Now, I mean, every time they put the babies to sleep or whatever, the husband is tossing her around the room. Not even the husband, her boyfriend is tossing her around the room. She can't leave him because that's her husband now? What if he smacks the shit out of her in front of the kids? She can't leave because that's her husband? Even though he never proposed, they never, they're not married, like, actually through the court or anything. That's her husband? That's what he's saying? And y'all still riding with this? She still has to stay. We still have to figure this out. Or what if he's cheating? What if he's fucking some girl at the job and this is just her boyfriend? They're not actually married. But because they have kids, she has to stay. Mommy's crying every day. Mommy looking sad. Fellas, I want you to think about this as if we're talking about your daughter. Because what this man is preaching, the next generation is listening to. And they're going to do it to your daughter. Think about that. While you sitting here thinking selfishly about yourself, think about it as if you have to give advice to your daughter.
What you talking about? That's your husband.
Man, listen, hold on.
That's your husband.
Listen to me. Listen to me, ladies. If you're in a relationship with a man, you're pregnant, or if you have children by this man, and this man is not being a man in your life, leave him. If this man is breaking you down mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, leave him and make sure he gets himself together. And if he can't get himself together to keep you in his life, that's not the man for you. Leave. I don't care what this brother talking about. That makes no sense, and it's devilish. It's too many women being killed by toxic men because they want to stay for emotional reasons of the children. Think about yourself, because you can't properly protect your child if you're being abused on any type of level, if you're not being provided for on any type of level. Love yourself enough to know when to leave. If not, you will pour this childhood trauma onto your child.
I don't agree with everything Yada said, but everything he just said in the last 10, 15 seconds was facts. Ladies, you cannot pour into your child if you're in a situation that is toxic. You are setting a bad example. I've seen it in my own life with my family. I've seen family stay with family while setting a horrible example of what love should look like. And now those kids are grown-up adults and they struggle to find love. I've seen it. They struggle to have healthy relationships. I've seen it. All because their parents set an example of this is what love looks like. And it was very toxic.
We use extreme words. And in order for him to even survive this debate, he got to use extreme words like abuse.
Oh, come on, bro.
Right? Because,
Bro,
again,
facts.
we're supposed to be talking to the majority, not the minority. People leave each other because they don't like each other, or because
People
it's
get
a
their
difficult
ass whooped.
financial situation, or because they fall out of love, or because they have lust for somebody else. Of course, there are extreme circumstances where you don't stay in a situation. If you're getting beat up on, because that goes without saying, we shouldn't even have to address that. Of course you shouldn't stay in an abusive situation. But again, he's using extreme versions of the conversation in order to be able to survive, when in reality, we talking about people that's just walking away because they don't like the person, or they don't like his financial situation, or they don't like what it is that they think that is going on in his life or her life, or she see her friend and she get.
This is why brothers on YouTube are so dangerous. This is why they're so dangerous, because here he is saying that he will not date a single mother. He's telling other dudes, don't date single mothers. But now he's saying that, of course, if a woman's getting abused, of course she should leave. Even though you just said that a woman should not leave, you're acting like women getting abused is something that's not that common. You know, women getting abused, that's not common. Women getting verbally and emotionally abused, that's not common. You're acting like that's not a common reason why a lot of people break up out of relationships. So here he is going back on his word saying that, okay, yeah, of course they should leave in that instance. That's an extreme. That's not an extreme. That's damn near norm for a lot of people. So he's saying all of that, damn, what the fuck was I about to say? So now he's going back on his word, whereas originally he was saying he just wouldn't date single mothers. So the problem is the problem is context matters, which is why he's going back on his word, because so much context has been added. He's over here acting like, y'all just talking about certain situations now. No, the problem with your statement is that you're making it seem like you wouldn't date a single mother, period, and nobody should date a single mother. That is basically what you are telling the guys that is listening to you. But now you're saying that, well, you know, if they were getting beaten on, okay, I understand a little bit more. But that's not what you originally said. So these dudes that heard you say what you said, don't date a single mother. Okay, they go into the world, they meet a dope woman that's down for them and everything, have a situation that's not going to impact their relationship or whatever, but they do have a kid. They're like, nah, you have a kid? Anton told me red flag. I'm done. But context matters. This is what I be talking about in my videos. And y'all be calling me a simp for that. Like, y'all be raised by these red pill YouTubers. I was raised by a dad. I was raised by my real dad, and I was raised by my stepdad. And I've seen both. I've seen both of them deal with kids that came before, you know, their marriage.
Get influenced by it. That's what we talking about. Most people are not just walking away because, oh man, every man. Come on, man.
A woman does not walk away from a place where she feels happy and she's stable on each and every level. A woman will never walk away from a man where she feels secure on each and every level. His man stepped out of a...
That's false. There's women that leave for less.
Fantasy.
Look, extremes. Now, we saying that a woman will never walk away from a man if she feels secure. Most women don't even know what they don't even feel like themselves after they have a child and they got postpartum.
Come on, brother.
No. Tell me it's not true.
No, you're right.
Most women don't even know what they feel like when they have postpartum. And a lot of times these women are leaving situations when a child is an infant, when they're young. So if we talking about feelings, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about purpose. See, love is not about how you feel. Right. Love is what you do.
I agree.
And so it's an endurance test. Even the word of God, the prize isn't given to the person that run the swift. It's given to the person that endureth to the end. It's not a feeling.
He's very good at switching the subject into something he knows he's right in.
You might feel some type of way right now. That's why the word says that you can't let the sun go down on your wrath, because you then have to absolve for that. Because when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be a completely different person, right? So I'm not going off of feelings. I'm going based off of what is the current situation. And again, it's not about me. It's about the child. So you may feel a certain type of way right now, but we going to work this out. We not leaving. We not getting divorced. Again, we going to use his extreme example of getting your head cracked in. Don't stick around when you're getting your head cracked in. But I'm speaking to the majority. Don't just leave just because you feel a certain type of way about it.
Ladies.
But that's what you need to say in the beginning. Because what he's saying is you should fight. You should give it a fight. And you're right when you say that. You should definitely give it a fight because of that child. Breaking up with somebody when you have a child in between y'all should be a lot harder than just breaking up with somebody if there was no child. That's a fact. But there's so many situations that still encompass on your statements, though. You started this out by saying that you just won't date single mothers. They should work it out. And now we bring up context that's pretty normal. Now, I mean, in a lot of homes, and you're going back on your word, bro. Just admit it. You were wrong.
These ladies. If you feel unsafe, if this man is not leading you to the best version of yourself, if he's not being that guide, that leader, and that protector, leave that man. I don't care about no form of fantasies, period. And men, if you're doing everything you know to do for your woman, to keep her happy, to love her, to protect her and guide her, and she's still doing things that you don't recommend, or she's going out there doing things she has no business doing, leave that woman. If not, your children will reap the hurt and the pain of that cycle. We have to break these generational curses. We have to.
This man is going to have y'all jacked up. He going to have y'all absolutely toe up. He going to ruin your life. He going to ruin your child's life. He going to ruin your family's life. Take this and really replay it and pay attention to what, because see, this is not even about winning a debate right now. This is about the culture. This is about your family. This is a life decision. This is not something that I'm just going to easily say something and say, hey, you should just leave. No, you should really seek counseling. You should really get together with your pastor. You need to go to God and pray on his behalf. You need to pray over that man at night and get your olive oil. You need to go and convene with the people of your elders and first understand whether or not it's you and it's not him, because you may be feeling some type of way based off of a bad influence in your life. This is not something that you just play around with. You don't just leave when you got a child in a situation from somebody that you've committed to and opened up your legs to and you've gave your body to. That's not something that we just easily just walk away from and just say, oh no, just leave. Leave him if you feel unsafe. No, you need to do every single thing in your power and leverage every single resource that you can in order to ensure that this is the thing that you are not supposed to be in based off of something that you can't control. You don't just willy-nilly just walk away from a situation and think that that's going to be conducive for your child. Because if you knew better, then you wouldn't be in that situation in the first place. Your judgment is already off, and that's why you need elders. That's why you need guidance. That's why you need mentors. That's why you need pastors and preachers. That's why you need a community to lord over you. That's what the community really meant. It wasn't about just taking care of a child. It was shepherding over the people that didn't know any better about themselves. And if you listen to this person, he gonna mess your family up. Don't do that.
So a woman that does all of those things, she prays, she goes to her elders, she does all of those, she works on herself, she does all these things, and this dude still want to run the streets and fuck all these hoes and, you know what I mean, and be out here wilding out or mess with all these girls, be out here wilding out. She's still supposed to stay. So, okay, yeah, you just said all of those things that a woman should do individually. Once she does those things and those things don't work, should she still stay because she has a kid with him? Even though they're setting a horrible example for the kids? Fellas, how does this make sense? Is this what y'all telling y'all daughters? That's what I want to know. Are y'all telling y'all daughters this? Because y'all be looking at it from a lens, like I said, of y'all going through it with a single mom. But are you telling your daughter that if she ever become a single mom? This is what you telling her? All right. Yeah, all right. Go figure it out. Oh, he cheating on you? Go figure it out. You had a baby with him. Oh, he disrespecting you? Oh, go figure it out. He's demanding you to do stuff. Oh, he's not helping you financially. He's making you pay all the bills, take care of the kids, cook, clean, and you're stressed out. You have no time for yourself, and he don't give a damn. Go figure it out. You had a kid with him. That's what y'all are saying? That's what he's telling y'all to do. That's what y'all YouTube daddies telling y'all to do. That's crazy.
Let's close out here.
Hold on, real quick.
I got a question. The final question.
Real quick. No woman left after the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time. They done prayed to God, got on their knees, talked to the pastor.
All women are not the same. Some women left on the first time, bro. Like he be losing me too, talking about no women. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, all women.
Pastor, these women ain't just leaving these men. They emotionally invested to them, loved them, gave them the body. They're tired. They're mentally falling apart. They're suffering from depression. And we're going to say, oh, stay there for the children. She's crying every night. Every night she's crying. But we want to put everything on the woman rather than, oh, keep your legs closed. This woman loved this man with her all, her mind, her body, and her soul. This is why she left. She sacrificed everything for this man, and he still has not changed. I would rather you leave a man than to your child to watch you cry every night because this man's verbally mistreating you, not properly taking care of you and treating you like you're trash. Ladies, you're not a doormat. You're not under a man. You're side by side with a man. If any man treats you like that, you know he's dealing with some deep-rooted childhood traumas.
So I want to ask.
I'm not going to sit here and say that a woman is a doormat because that's definitely crazy. But a woman is not side by side with a man. Now, I mean, we are definitely helpmates. We are partners, things of that nature. But it's definitely God, husband, woman, children.
This question right here, because one thing that you said, Anton, was, you know, and I think you said you was very intentional when you stated this. You said, I wouldn't tell somebody without kids, man or woman, to date somebody else with children. Mm-hmm. Does your insight change, or does your advice change if you're giving somebody advice with children? Do you now advocate for somebody to date somebody with children if they already have children?
No, I'm still saying you need to go back with your baby daddy.
And that's for men and women?
Yes.
Do you feel like that's the same across the board?
I think you need to fix your family. I want to see families together. I don't want to see this remixed version of what we think makes sense in society. I want to see preventative maintenance. I think that we need to be more proactive instead of reactive. And I want to see families together with their biological parents. I don't want to see this remixed version of this. And that's what my advice would be.
And I agree, in the perfect world. In the perfect world,
we're going to end it there because they're just going to run into circles now. Yo, this is the video. Please hit that like button, subscribe. I really want to hear y'all feedback. I think y'all see where I stand. I stand where single mothers deserve a chance as well. Now, I mean, I know a lot of dope single mothers. I think every woman in my life that is married right now at some point, and I mean like women that are older than me, some point there was a single mother. Now, I mean, they had a kid early, now I mean, and then they got it right the next time. Anton is making it seem like if you have a baby with somebody, you have to be with them. That's the problem. A lot of kids growing up in these toxic ass households because of that type of rhetoric, thinking you have to be in a relationship with somebody. That's why a lot of women are getting abused. That's why a lot of women are depressed. Same thing for dudes. I've seen dudes in my life go through that, where a woman is cheating. She doing all type of stuff in the streets, but he's staying because they have kids together. I know dudes like that. Are you going to tell that dude to stay? Nah, you know what y'all going to call him? A simp. Y'all going to call him a simp for staying. But y'all will tell the girl now she has to stay. She has to figure it out. This makes no sense. All right. Hey, man, until next time, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to holler at y'all later.